Okay, Christine, are you ready to see your time-traveling tortoise? Take off that blindfold, girl.
Okay, here we go. Holy moly!
Welcome to Cospets, the show where we take your pet and make their perfect costume. And today I'm here with Christine and her tortoise, Rocket Larry. Wow!
There he is.
What a treat! So tell me the story of how you and Larry first became acquainted.
So I adopted Larry when he was a baby. He was probably this big, it fit in the palm of my hand. And I said, well, I'll be the crazy person that'll take on a sulcata tortoise. They can live up to and sometimes over 100 years.
No way. So this could potentially be a pet that is also a family heirloom. Let's talk about how you arrived at the name Rocket Larry, because that's the perfect name for this tortoise.
Okay, true story. I named him Larry because I'm a huge fan of Larry David, and he reminded me a lot like him, getting into all of these very awkward situations unintentionally. And you can see that he's not very slow or still, hence the rocket part. He's very stubborn. I've come home and had my furniture completely rearranged. He will just move a chair right out of his way. He's not gonna go around it. He doesn't have time for that.
And you said that you have dogs as well, right?
I do. So my dog Puka is Larry's best friend. They've been around each other their entire lives. I will catch them sunbathing together. I've put them in the kiddie pool together.
That's amazing. What does he need from day to day? What does he like to do?
So Larry's a vegetarian.
Okay.
He eats a lot of salads.
Well, does he want a snack maybe?
I mean, I think he'd enjoy some snacks.
Let's get you a big old strawberry, my bud. What do you think?
Some people are super afraid to feed him.
I am.
You're really brave.
Wow. His little tongue. Oh, well, Larry is munching away at this strawberry. Let's go meet our designer, Katherine, and find out what she's gonna make for him.
Sounds good.
Christine, Rocket Larry, I would like you to meet our designer, Katherine.
Hey, so nice to meet you guys. I definitely understand the rocket part since he's tried to blast off quite a few times already.
Pretty much.
So do you dress up Larry often?
Very often. I dress him up with my dog Puka. Halloween, Christmas. They like holidays for sure.
Nice. What was your favorite costume that you've done with Larry?
This last Halloween, I did a hamburger and french fry costume for them.
Any characters that remind you of Larry?
Besides a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Well, I mean, he's already that.
Transformers. He's basically got this little car that he's walking around in. It's pretty awesome.
So what are some of your favorite characters out there?
I'm definitely an 80s baby, and me and my brother religiously watched Quantum Leap. Do you remember that show, or did I just age myself?
No. I feel like Larry kind of already is a time traveler since he's a dinosaur.
He's checking out your sewing equipment like, can we get this?
He's like, can we start this costume? Do you want to be my helper? Do you want to replace Whitney?
You know what? Tough, but I get it.
So I'm getting time traveler, a little bit of Transformers, kind of becoming the machine himself. I think this is going to be a really cool one.
All right, Larry, as soon as you're out of here, we'll get started. Anytime. Door's that way, bud.
So for Larry's costume, I love that he's a little bit of a dinosaur and it makes him a little bit of a time traveler.
Yes.
So to really turn him into his own transformer, I'm gonna make him his very own time machine that's gonna strap right onto his shell. And then he's gonna have a little hat that goes along with it with some gears. We're gonna be playing up the gears a lot. And then, I mean, how else do you control your time machine but with an armband with some knobs?
This is a great way to spend the day.
So I've got one of these little flaps here, and I'm just gonna take some felt and cut it out as the more plated metal on top of the flap. So I've cut out a larger size, so it's a lighter bronze compared to our bronze that we're using, and I've just kind of cut that out to the same size.
That is such a smart way to make a piece of fabric that's thin, thicker, just
cover it in felt.
Thicker fabric, you doink.
And it's gonna really get that 3D popping effect. So I'm gonna cut in to make these flaps go wrap around. So if I cut here, I'm gonna cut at every single corner.
Bet you're so good at wrapping Christmas presents.
Oh, I take it really seriously. And then once I have that, I'm gonna glue these flaps down, and we're gonna have our covered metal look. And then once we have these, the design I wanna do is like one on the side, a square in the middle, and then one on the other side.
Cool. It is almost indicative of his turtle shell marking.
Exactly, so we want that still kind of shell look to it. So they have these great tools, they're little stampers, and I'm gonna take a hammer. So I'm just gonna go in each corner and I'm just gonna bang down.
Always stamp your studs in a safe area.
Yes, and don't do it at midnight, your neighbors will not be happy.
I'd stamp a stud whenever.
So now I like to do all 4 stamps of each one as I go. I'm gonna take the little studs and I'm just gonna push them into the hole. Sometimes they take a little work to push in, but once you get it, it really is gonna help. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that in. So you flip it over to the edge and you'll see that there's little prongs that went in. So right now we have to push these down. So I'm just gonna take the head of my hammer and just kind of push it. You have them kind of fold over each other. And then it's gonna make a nice tight, snug fit. So that's not going anywhere, no matter how far Larry travels in time. It's staying. So let's put this aside and let's make the actual main component of the time machine. We're gonna actually use bronze pool noodles that are painted. So I've got a bunch of these cool different gears, and I'm just gonna cover these pool noodles with these gears. They're kind of turning. When Larry turns it on, they all kind of spin and go crazy out of control.
I love it.
So it's gonna look something like this.
Mamma mia.
So this is our Larry time machine. So you'll see that we've got our 2 pool noodles that are covered. I've also wrapped some LED lights over it so they can turn on if we want.
I don't think I've ever been so excited to see an animal dressed up.
I feel like this is gonna be ahead of its time.
Shall we get him outfitted?
Let's do it.
Okay, Christine, are you ready to see your time-traveling tortoise?
I'm super excited.
Take off that blindfold, girl.
Okay, here we go.
So this is Larry the time-traveling tortoise.
Wow. You are so OG.
You've mentioned Transformers that you love, and we've kind of made Larry into his very own time machine. So he's got his time machine on his shell, and at the top of his time machine, he's got his own stopwatch and compass. It's the 2 main pillars for him to be able to travel time and space. Don't forget your band, bud. You gotta be able to operate that machine.
How do you control it?
You can nose it. Larry actually has his very own armband with some knobs on it that controls his time machine. And we're doing a very steampunk look for Larry. So we've got a lot of sheet metal that looks like it's been like bolted down, and gears, and he's got his own top hat to match the whole look.
Super stylish.
Since we also know that Larry's not done growing, it's gonna grow with him a little bit. So there's these flaps that kind of expand out with him. Larry can travel time for many years to come.
Christine, where do you think Larry's gonna go?
Straight to next spring when strawberries are blooming.
Yes, food motivated. I love it, just like me. We'll see you next time. Wasn't that adorable? Don't you want to see more animals getting cosplay makeovers? Watch more Cospets right here. And if you need more stuff to nerd out on, subscribe to SYFY WIRE right here.